Good morning, everyone. This is Marv Eisen from Timeless Dollar, and today is Thursday, December 9th, and I hope you're having a great week. I want to make this short video today and direct it to all you traders who are overtrading, and I have a suggestion for you. Overtrading is a weakness. Actually, it's a characteristic of most traders, particularly new traders. Did you know that most professional traders don't trade more than 3, maybe 4 times a week? That's right, because they pick their spot and they look for places of maximum reward with minimum risk, okay? Minimum risk, maximum reward. So how do you find that? Well, before I get into that, let me ask you a question. If you're trading to make daily income, most likely. How much money do you need to make every day or every week? Let's talk about every week. How much money do you need to make every week? $1,000? $500? What is your target? What do you really have to shoot for? And remember, the higher the amount of your need, the higher the level of your need, the higher the risk that you're going to undertake, even if you don't realize it. So let's start with that question. How much money do you need to make every week? So this is a chart of yesterday's micro E-mini. And of course the E-mini, it's the same. And I just want to call your attention to how you can break yourself of the habit of overtrading if you find you're doing that. Many times people overtrade in order to make up for previous losses. And that's sort of common, and I understand that, and we've all been there. I don't need to go into that. I don't have to tell you what that feels like. It's the desperation of trying to get back to get your head above water. Usually doesn't work, right? But looking at this chart on December 8th, I want to make an example of this chart, and I could have picked any day. Here's a day that started out with wild swings. Now this was a Wednesday, and Wednesday is typically the choppiest day of the week. I don't know why, it's just historically, and if you study the market, you'll find historically Wednesday is a choppy day. And so the market started out, and this is a 1-minute chart, and I want to call your attention to something. There are 4 points between each horizontal line. Okay, 4 points between each horizontal line. Keep that in mind. The market started out with wild swings. Here's one, wait a minute. Market started out up and down, and then took a nosedive here, then went right back up, down again, right back up. This is not something that you should be trading because there's no way to tell where the market's going to go. So what we want to look for, if we are going to maximize our rewards and minimize our risk, what we want to look for is a daily trend. Now, daily trends happen all the time, okay? And I've just pointed out a couple over here on this chart. In the early morning, there was a trend that began at about 10 o'clock, and we can see that a high was established. And at this point here at around 10:30, just before, we could have begun our trend line here and made an assumption that the market is not going to exceed this. Later in the day, another trend began, and if you just stayed at the computer most of the day, didn't have to trade, you stayed at the computer, and you looked and you saw this trend developing, and over here you could draw your trend line here, right here at about 12:20, from 11 to 12:20, here you could start your trend line. And here, over here at about 2:15, we see a continuation. We could draw another leg onto our trend line, extended from 11 to 2:15, and say, well, now I see a pattern developing. I think if I trade this, let me go to another point here. Now here at about just before 3 p.m., we see that our trend is maintaining itself, right? Okay, so let's say we take a trade here at a little before 3 p.m. And notice that these bars, these are 1 minute bars. Notice these bars are not jumping all over the place with wild gyrations. They're small methodical moves. A little bit up, a little bit down, but mostly up. Some consolidation here, but never broke the trend line. So if we took a chance, hopped on the trade here at about 3 o'clock, just before, we go up from 46.90. Let me take something off of that. Let's say 46.94. Okay, we get on at 46.94. And we ride out this consolidation for 15 minutes. And then the market continues up. Okay, and we're 46.98 and goes down. Doesn't really come near our trend line. Goes back up to 4,700. So from 46.94 to 4,700, that's 6 points. 6 points, okay? There are 4 points between each horizontal line. How much money do you need to make every week? Well, 6 points if you're trading one contract on the micro E-mini, $5 a point, $30, okay? Let's say you're trading two contracts, $60. 4 contracts, $120. Now let's say you're trading the E-mini. E-mini is $50 a point. And we have 6 points, $50 a point, $300, okay? One contract. If we get in at 3 and mind the trend, because we see this trend has been established from earlier in the day and it's maintaining itself. If we stay on, we make 6 points at $50 a point, $300. Trade 2 contracts, $600. 3 contracts, $900. Get the picture? You don't have to stay in the market that long, and you can afford to wait, okay? You can afford to wait. And these are low-risk trades because what you want to do is find a trend and take the chance, ride the trend. If you are looking for this trend, any trend, I just picked this day. I could have picked any day. If you're looking for this trend and you just want to pick up a couple of points because all you need is maybe $100 for the day, $200, okay? You could stay on this market 2-3 minutes and make that money in a relatively low risk, high reward trade. So, all right, if you don't want, you say, well, Marv, I don't want to sit at my computer all day. Well, if you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're sitting at your job all day, right? So here you're sitting at your computer, you're probably eating a sandwich, whatever, and you're just watching. This is I can't say the lazy man's way to riches, because as a trader, you're certainly, none of us are lazy. It takes a lot of work and analysis to know what to look for and then act on it. Any rate, Mar Eisen from Timeless Dollar. Trade safely, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.